We were not yet lovers. Dave Matthews Band started in 1991 on this day. How crazy is that? God, I feel disgustingly old. I mean, disgustingly old. Speaking of disgusting, Gene Hackman's bizarre will. Wait until we read you off this little piece of artwork. You're going to be, I think, a little surprised. I think a little stunned, shocked, surprised. It makes me want to cry. I'm not going to lie to you. It makes me want to bawl in tears. Worst nightmare scenario with Gene Hackman's bizarre will. A bloated Diddy in court today as we prepare for his trial and some new charges. The government not shut down. By the way, that's why we're here as the podcast of record. If the government's not working, we're not working. So thankfully, we at least got a podcast episode tonight and some more leadership, government, if you will. Best time to drink coffee. This is going to maybe change your life. And you wouldn't think that a podcast with such a poorly dressed host could change your life. But we're going to challenge that theory on this episode. Luigi Mangione got a big fat donation. We got some bartenders revealing some crazy St. Patrick's Day stories. My friends, that is a Friday podcast. Could you, first of all, guess right now, comment below, guess, how much money do you think Gene Hackman had at the time of his passing? Give me a little, let's say hello to everybody in the live chat here. Hello, hello. Oh my goodness, all the people saying hi to all the other people. Where my people at? Says Mercury. Raven in the house. Comment below, guess, how much money do you think Gene Hackman had at the time of his passing? Solid first guess from Bird coming in here. 24 million. 24 million is a good guess. And I'm not going to lie to you. 125 million. Also a pretty good guess. Who the hell knows? Gene Hackman's been working from the 70s. I have no idea how much these people are worth. You know, no clue. Miss Justice says 40 million. Could be. I mean, this is like the hardest thing in the world to guess. You know, because they weren't making millions of dollars back then. Was Gene Hackman a good investor? Did he have the restaurant? Seems like they used to have. Remember, Arnold had Planet Hollywood, and there's always like a restaurant. Spielberg had that weird spaceship restaurant that never went anywhere in Manhattan. Lots of good guesses. None better than Tara's, who guesses correctly. $80 million is what Gene Hackman was worth at the time of his passing, and all 80 million of those dollars is most likely not going to be going to his 3 children. Can you believe that? Can you believe it? Could you imagine if you are this close to $80 million and then just, yeah, gone. How you doing, Todd? Great. I'm going to inherit $80 million when the unfortunate thing happens to my father, who I no longer speak to. Oh, interesting. I'll get all of it unless this one really crazy, weird, bizarre thing happens. But that's probably not going to, 1 in a million shot. I'm going to get it. 5 years later, what happened, Todd? Oh, that thing happened. And now I have nothing. And I was like, 80 million. Oh, gone. Imagine it just passing through just $80 million, right? Just go. Oh, okay. Oh no, gone. 80 million, gone. In Gene Hackman's will, all of this money was left to his wife, who was 30 years his junior. I mean, they've been married for a really, really long time. He didn't have any children with his current wife, Betsy Arakawa. But in 1995, he made Arakawa the sole. Why do I feel like I'm not getting that out right? Arakawa. Arakawa, the sole beneficiary of his estate, leaving out his 3 children, his son Christopher, daughters Leslie and Elizabeth. Imagine that. It's 1995 and dad calls you up, goes, all my money is no longer going to you. You are out. Hangs up the phone viciously. That's what I can imagine. Hackman's wife was supposed to get the fortune in the event of his death. If Arakawa died first, most of her assets were going to go to Jean. The documents, which were obtained by TMZ, allegedly show a provision stating that if they died within 90 days of each other, all of Arakawa's assets would go to charity. Which means he dies, it goes to her, she dies within 90 days of him, or vice versa, it goes to charity. Can you imagine? I like to think of myself as a charitable person. I give to charity. I write checks to charity. I give money to charity. And I'm not even counting my kids into that equation. Like, I feel like they are a charity. And, they're one of those. Actually, I feel more like they're the government. You just keep putting money into it and nothing ever comes back. How hard is it to get a hug and an I love you? Apparently very difficult these days. Let me give you a little hint. 10 and 7. 10 for boys, 7 for girls. Seems to be the age where it gets a little difficult. 1 year ago, hugs. I used to get hugs. I walk in the door. I go outside to get the paper. Come in the house. Oh, dad's home. Hugs, kisses. Love you. Now, bupkis. Paul's running a cuck charity there. That's interesting. Do charities have cucks? What happens there? Do you sit in the corner while somebody else gives to the charity that you like? Is that how that works? Let's break this down for a second. Time out on the play. Let's hold off the podcast and just put it aside and analyze what a cuck charity would be. Because I think I like giving to Janine's charity, right? The Star Foundation. If I'm cucking the charity, does that mean I watch Frank give to the is that how that works? Because I gotta be honest with you, I'm even uncomfortable with that. I don't even want to donate to the same charity as Frank does, or at least whatever Frank, this is my move when Frank and I are donating. I go, how much you giving, Frank? He's like, I don't know, like $100. And then I write a check for $101. And then I give it to them and I go, I'm sorry for my cheap bastard friend over here. That's my move. Anyway, all right, let's go back to the podcast here. We can. My Go F me is broke. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, Paul. Hello, Sarah. Where was I? Yeah, so that's the situation. Now, it's different, though, if she died first, all the stuff would go to him. Then he dies, and then there was no provision in the thing to figure out that scenario. So just because she was 30 years younger than him, he felt no need to say, well, okay, if she's dead and then I die, send the money to my kids. How did you not figure? Who didn't think of that? Well, I mean, that had to be a no in the room. No, I don't know. I don't pretend to know, what the situation is between him and the children here, because Hackman never really actually spoke about it. He never really talked about his kids, any of that stuff. Apparently there was a strained relationship. Supposedly they mended it over the years. I guess, that's the story. But they never thought to say, hey, did you hear that? That was my watch going off. I hit my Italian talking with the hands goal for the day. Wouldn't that be something? Okay, Mozzarella, you can stop moving your hand. Oh, okay. I reached my goal. Put my hands down now. That's what happens to the Italians. Some of you guys walk, we talk. Anyway, because she was 30 years younger, they never thought, what if some freak? I mean, isn't that the whole point of a will? You figure it all out. If I die, this happens. If you die, this happens. If we die together, this happens. If you die first and then I die years later, this is what happens. Like, isn't that what a whole will is supposed to be? They were just like, so I have to think that the attorney in the room had to say, okay, what if she dies first? Then all her stuff goes to you. Then what's the next step? I mean, anybody who's in a room with Gene Hackman and a lawyer should know that. So now they're nothing. They got nothing. His son hired a lawyer, a prominent California trust and estate attorney, and is already indicating that he's going to challenge the will. Hackman, they were in Santa Fe, right? So that's New Mexico, and apparently it's like one of those fair whatever states, and there was no prenup. It's a community property state. So the whole thing is a mess. Now the son's going to sue for it. I guess the daughters are going to go sue for it. Are they going to be in on it together? This whole thing could be a nightmare. But it just seems weird that, I mean, I'm not a divorced guy yet. Trying to hold on to that. I don't have a lot of experience with the divorce thing, but or in the remarry thing and all, but it's like if you, I can understand you remarry and you go, listen, guys, she's 30 years younger than me. I'm going to die. She's going to be wrapped. But then you'll get your money. When she dies, you'll get your money. That kind of thing. I could almost understand, but didn't seem like that. Seemed like it was going to charity. Seems a little harsh, especially when we're talking about 80 mil. Now I don't know if that was like he had that money for years or whatever, but let's put him at roughly 40 mil. That's not a situation where you can be like, okay, wife, you get this. Okay, child one, you get this. Child two gets this, and child three gets a little bit less than the rest of theirs, because that's what you do to the youngest one, I think. That couldn't happen. It's 4 of them. Hey, guess what? Everybody's getting 10 mil. Okay. Even if you wanted to give wife a little more, give the kids a little, we should still be able to peel off 2-3 mil for them kids, I feel. Now, I don't know if he gave them a lot of money beforehand and they got money and they're okay and they're set or whatever, but just, oh gosh, the idea of, there's the money. Oh no, where's the money? I mean, that seems like that's a hard pill to swallow. On top of the fact that you've lost a parent, seems a little crazy. Just seems absolutely crazy to me. You'd think Gene Hackman would have that all put together, but who the hell knows? Some interesting Diddy news is we're warming it up. Just warming up that Diddy muscle again. Feels weird saying that. Trial starts May 12th. We're picking juries Cinco de Mayo, so I'm getting some tacos and watching the jury selection. That's your old pal Ant's plan. But he was in court today because they've got 2 more accusations going against him involving 3 people out of the 2. Ironically, oddly, he's not facing any new charges here. These are all being these are counts that are adding on to the tons of allegations that already exist in Diddy's world. By the way, he pled not guilty. But according to people that were in the courtroom, he looked bloated. He had fully gray hair and a gray beard as he pled not guilty to the new indictments. And I'm sitting here going, usually people eat shitty in jail. They have nothing to do but walk around and work out. He was like a workout freak. How is he getting bloated? How is that happening? Right? Doesn't that not add up? I mean, unless he's just knocking down cup of noodle soups every day. There's a lot of sodium in that thing. That'll bloat. That would bloat even a pencil. I eat a cup of noodle soup. I just instantly blow up. It's a lot of salt. So it's a lot of crazy amount of salt. Is it just a lot of cup of noodle soups? A lot of radiator grilled cheeses? I don't know. He's probably dreaming of eating Manny Gov't, and he's compromising and eating grilled cheeses off the radiator. Sopranos reference for those of you who needed that. I don't know. But it seems like you would just be like not eating and losing weight. How are you getting bloated? I feel like he's gonna, that little, I don't know what noise you're supposed to make. One of those. What are you making? What is he making there? He's not gonna. It's not going to. I don't think Diddy's gonna. Don't think he's gonna make it. It is middle of March, almost St. Patrick's Day, right? Where's it? Where are those Epstein files? Where do those Epstein files go? Remember when they were coming out? Here we come, everybody. There were binders, social media fiasco. Where's the files? Where's all the files that we were supposed to get? And the Kennedy files. Where'd all those files go? We are never getting those files. Ever. Is anybody even talking about them anymore? Even Trump is like, was it the Epstein file? The egg prices? Is that what he has? Yeah, the egg prices are high. Yeah, I don't know about this tariff thing. I think I fucked up the egg prices and the aluminum and shit like that. But I don't know. We're going to look into it. We certainly, we're going to be winning soon. Just don't worry. Just push the Epstein, just push her out of the room. Get her the fuck out of the room. We're never going to forget those files. I'm not entirely sure we're going to see a Diddy trial. I don't know if we're going to see a Diddy trial. Because right now in a room, there's some powerful ass people smoking some Cuban cigars and sipping on, 100-year-old whiskey. And they're going, I don't think it's that crazy if we killed another high-profile sex ring person in the same exact prison that we killed the last one. And I don't think people are going to go too nuts over it. And I just puffing away at cigars, going, worst case scenario, all the Rogan and all the conspiracy theory podcasts will get a huge boost because everybody will be talking about how crazy this is and what a nutty conspiracy world we live in and shit like that. I think they'll just glaze right over it. We'll up the price of avocados and then everybody will only be able to talk about that. I mean, it's just nuts. It is nuts. Not going to make it. Next time he's in court, you're going to see them. You'll be like, he's gaining a lot of weight. Puffy, Diddy's really out of control weight wise. And then it's going to be a massive heart attack, sudden stroke. It was crazy. Don't know what happened exactly. That guy, this guy is never going to trial. Odell Beckham got named in an allegation the other day. Brewski, what's that guy's name? He's really funny. I like that guy. I always forget his name though. He got the comedian, beloved, big guy. He's got the whole thing. Shit, I can't believe I didn't think of this. This is a good line. Mercury says he's back to Puffy. Nice. That seemed like it was right there. How did I not? That's good. Good for you, Mercury. Good for you. It's like when a car is just not going fast enough and you can just zip right around it, get to where you got to go, make that left. That's exactly what Mercury just did to me. Mercury just Gene Hackman willed me. I was just like, oh, there's the joke. Oh, no. Mercury got it. Mercury got the joke. Yeah, I don't think Diddy. We're going to move on because I can't sit here for the next 10 minutes expressing how much I don't think this guy's going to make it to trial. I don't think we're gonna get to a point where we're allowed to hear witnesses talking and saying things publicly about stuff that they've seen and done at Diddy parties. So I just I don't really know. Dissension in the Democratic Party. Oh, they are upset with that Chuck Schumer. Oh boy, Chucky Schumer, who apparently has transitioned from Israeli to Palestinian or Jewish to Palestinian, however you properly say that for that. Not that great of a joke to begin with. Yesterday, Donald Trump was calling him not Jewish anymore and a Palestinian lover. And then today, Trump is tweeting out that, it's not bad. It's that Chuck Schumer. He's a pretty smart guy. He's pretty quick. You know what? He's Jewish again. Chuck Schumer's Jew. I pulled it away. I pulled the Jewish away from you. I'm just going to send it back your way there, Chucky. Chucky Schooms. You know how stupid I am? I swear to God. Is Chuck Schumer Jewish? I feel like he's obviously Jewish, but I didn't realize is he really Jewish? Because I feel like somebody said to me, that Chuck Schumer is really Jewish, and I was like, is he? I didn't even know. I thought Trump was just on one of his crazy tirades again. I don't know. How am I supposed to know? I just thought, I thought he was just like, hey, you used to be A team, you're not A team, you're B team. Like, what's A team, B team? It's all, whatever it is. He is Jewish, right? Yeah. Never noticed, never realized, never paid attention to it. It's like he's obviously proud. He's obviously a proud Jewish person, I'm sure I feel like I know I've seen him like light menorahs around New York. I grew up in New York. They always go to the news. Hey, here's Chuck Schumer lighting a menorah. Here's Al Roker putting on the fucking Christmas tree, shit like that. I feel like I've definitely seen him. It never really registered to me that Chuck Schumer, he was the old guy, When Trump said he's not Jewish anymore, I go, he's transitioning all right to one of the fucking old guys at the balcony in the Muppet Show. He's just complaining about everything. His shoulders are getting weirdly higher, like Larry King level higher. He's angry all the time, Never, he's not a practicing Democrat, Robin says. You got that right. They are upset with him. They are very angered with him. They are not happy because Chuck Schumer broke ranks with the Democratic Party, joined the Republicans to fund the government for, forever. They fixed everything. No, it's only going to get us to September. All this fighting and arguing is only going to September. We're just barely going to get out of the summer, is basically what he agreed to. That's the other thing. You're like, how could you just you just put a knife in the back of the Democratic Party? It's like, it's 9 months. We're deciding to deal with it 9 months from now. That's all we're really doing here. I don't really view that as a huge loss, other than I do when I see how much they're falling apart over it. They're just totally imploding over this thing. And what's really hilarious is Fetterman voted for it too, and nobody's upset about it. They're like, he's fucking crazy. We can't expect anything from him. But Chuck, how could you do this to us? I mean, it's so unbelievable. Nobody is giving Fetterman a hard time. They're like, yeah, that crazy bastard. Of course, he's fucking nuts. He'll do anything. He's fucking nuts. I got to tell you, I hate to say this because these are divisive comments, but Fetterman's doing a bang up job. Went in there and met with the president. He's walking that. I want to work together. Then, he's like, Republicans aren't my thing, but they're in charge. We got to work together. We got to govern. We got to make it happen. And everybody's losing their shit over it. And I think that this guy is ahead of the curve. I think that in 2 years from now, when we have midterms, I think every Democrat is going to be rushing to the middle, rushing far away from their left, radical side of the party, going to the middle. I think that's where voters are really going to be 2 years from now in the midterms. And like everything else, I think that's really where they're going to be 4 years from now after this president's term. They want people who are working, not people who are trying to posture and win. Working is more important than that right now, more important to the people. You look at all the Elon stuff, there is so much. The New York Times has done a really phenomenal job at covering all the Doge stuff because they're just, again, the Republicans are winning the PR war. They're just all over the place with the Doge thing. It's over the top popular. And the New York Times is like, well, actually, they got like all this stuff wrong and they got all that stuff wrong. And, they said they saved this, but the money was gone already. You can cancel the contract. Doesn't matter. It's a paid contract. It's done. It's over. So the New York Times is just ripping apart a lot of big stuff that Elon is doing with Doge. And it's like, nobody cares. They're just losing. Like, I'm like, oh, this is some interesting, legit reporting. Like all this Doge stuff, for the most part, it's not working out. Are they saving money? Yeah. Are they saving the billions and trillions they're saying? According to the New York Times, and from what I've seen in their reporting, which I'm going to trust for now, it's not biased when you have the facts in front of you. what I'm seeing is the Times is they're pointing out the problems, pointing out the issues, and it's not really making an impact. We all got Schumered. Yeah, we did, man. We all got Schumered. Tara's starting to like Fetterman. I like that crazy son of a bitch. I like him. I'm still mad he didn't wear the suit. Just put a suit on for the inauguration. Doesn't matter. Just put a suit. I would have loved to seen a suit that day. I like to see him in a suit every day. I could settle for the occasional jogging suit, hoodie and shorts. He's walking around there like a high school football coach at school. I get it. Inauguration day, just put a fucking suit on. Just put a suit on for a little while. Would have killed him. But I like his can-do attitude. I like his, hey, we gotta work. We gotta make this happen. Trade. That's what they used to do. They used to trade in government. They used to be like, we hate all four things you're asking for, but if you give into one of your things, we'll give into one of our things. And they did it. And then people looked at it and no side clearly won, and they had a new law, and everybody went, okay, we'll go back to work now. And that's how society used to be before everybody started just being insane and thinking they had to win all the time. People are furious everywhere. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I get it. But I think, listen, and I don't really have a dog in this fight. I don't hate it. From the Democrat standpoint, I just don't hate it. It's 6 months. I don't think the Democrats have to get back on platform and message, what they used to believe in: a strong, healthy middle class, working people, right? Unions, all this stuff. They're so far off their core message. And the Republicans, to a degree, have sort of hijacked a lot of their message, right? I just think that I think they would have lost this battle if they shut down the government. People would have found a way to demonize them because the stock of the Republican Party has not come down yet from the election. Usually it's the party that is in charge that gets hurt when there's a government shutdown. Although that wasn't really the case last time. It was plain to see it was the Republicans' fault trying to screw with Biden. But I think people would see through it. I think people would see through it for the Democrats. I think they would lose. By the way, think about this for a second. Sorry, a little dry. Think about this for a second. Why aren't the Democrats celebrating the fact that they saved the government shutdown by joining with their enemies, by crossing the aisle and giving them the votes that they needed? Why aren't the Democrats claiming victory today? You could say that that's the act of generosity. Hey, you know what? We don't really believe in this. And by the way, Fetterman, when he voted for this thing, he goes, I don't believe in this shit. This is terrible. He goes, but I really don't believe in shutting down the government. And that's why he voted the way he wanted to vote. Why aren't the Democrats claiming like, hey, we don't believe in this. But we also don't believe we should pay for the mistakes that the Republican Party is making by shutting down the government. So that's why we gave it to them. We're going to keep working with them, and we're going to be here to help guide them from making the mistakes that it seems like they're going to make. Why aren't the Democrats swinging it that way? Why aren't they being like, look, we stopped. The Republicans are in charge. How could they screw this up? The government was going to come to a halt, but we came in and bailed them out. We saved them so we could work with them. How is that not their move? I'm just a podcast host. Why am I giving better political, direction than the fucking people that should be doing this for a living? I mean, it's nuts. Boy, we're moving through this episode here. I love this next topic. I'm a huge coffee drinker. You guys know that. Shout out Jumpstart Coffee Company, one of our OG sponsors. They were the best. I love coffee. I absolutely love coffee, and I think I'm in my lane. I think my political strategy is top notch, Paul. I'll have you know. I feel like what's the difference between me and Carver? Like I got beautiful, luscious hair. Don't criticize me for that. I'm just as smart of a political strategist. He should be out. But by the way, I mean it really no bullshit. They should be out there just claiming victory. Why do I know that works? Because that's what Trump does. He's just fucking claiming victory. Win, loss, tie. Who gives a shit? It's the same speech I'm going to give. It's about how we won. I mean, the Democrats should be doing that. The problem is they don't have. I'll have to really think about this. And if anybody can prove me wrong here, you shout out a name right away. You don't hold back. The Democrats don't have a charismatic person like Trump. Trump's charisma is ridiculous. And it's been off the charts since they tried to clip him, and they clipped him. They literally just nipped the ear, you know? They have brilliant. Hakeem Jeffries, I think, is fucking brilliant. I think AOC is charismatic. I don't know if she's as charismatic as Trump. Trump's got that big dumb oaf thing going on, Easy to laugh at that. Crazy, wacky hairdo. Like, I mean, AOC's a lot more put together from a, personal standpoint. I don't know. Who is that? Like, Fetterman's nuts. I mean, he's recovering from a stroke. He could be that guy. I don't think he's got it either. They don't just have that like, hey, this guy's funny. This guy's all right. This guy's got some, he's got a little shtick to him. I mean, Schumer's kind of shticky, but not intentionally. And just like a cute look at the Muppet up in the balcony complaining. Those are my favorite. I fucking love those two guys. I really want to bring those two guys back for their own little show. We don't, it doesn't have to be all Muppets. We can just, I mean, how much better would a podcast be if it was just those two guys bitching at all the stuff that they're looking down upon? That is basically, now that I think about it, that is this podcast. And Frank and I are those old men. Does that make Janine Miss Piggy? I don't know. I don't know if she views that as a good thing or not. Some people view Miss Piggy like with pride, and other people are like, "Oh, that's terrible." I don't know. Depends on how you see that. I don't want to get into that though. Very divisive topic. I love the coffee. Here's the ideal time to drink coffee to get the most energy, to get the most out of it. I myself am an afternoon coffee drinker. Around 2:00 in the afternoon. That comes from my time at morning radio. Did 13 years at morning radio. 2:00, I was a zombie. If I needed to stay awake, with the kids or whatever, I was just sucking back coffee. I don't get up that early anymore. I still 2:00. I need that coffee. Takes me through the rest of my day. I would say 80% of people, let me know in the comments, get up in the morning and take a sip of coffee right away. Like within the first 10, 15 minutes of getting up. Right. Lots of people just love to have their morning coffee. Somebody was telling me who was saying there was some comedian or somebody, they have a coffee machine in their bedroom. I forget who it was. Somebody was telling me the story like, oh, they got a coffee machine in the bedroom. So they wake up and they're instantly just mainlining coffee in the morning. Most people do. According to nutritionist Nicola Ludlam Rain, from years of vigorous study, I like that, vigorous study, the ideal time to drink coffee is typically mid to late mornings, roughly 60 to 90 minutes after waking up. So 9:30 to 11:30 for most people who wake up between 7 and 10 a.m. Here's why. It's the levels of cortisol, the stress hormone. This is cortisol, stress hormone that wakes up and keeps us alert. We are naturally at our highest in the morning of cortisol, and we decrease about after an hour from then, right? So the thought is as your natural cortisol is coming down, then your coffee takes you back up. if you hit that coffee too much and you're just fucking redlining, then they say you're going to have 3-4 cups of coffee in a day because you want to have you need that high. You're going to come down and crash.
Yes.
2 questions for you. Well, 3 questions. 1, are you okay?
Yes. Why?
Okay. Oh, it sounds like you're in a tunnel.
Well, it sounded like you were in a tunnel, and I was like, "Oh, what the hell is that?"
Wow.
So, back off, buddy.
Whose tunnel then? I don't even know. I don't know whose tunnel we're in. 2, do you like Miss Piggy? Is Miss Piggy a prideful
like that,
person?
and that's why I came on. I was like, please don't ever call me Miss Piggy.
Okay. Some people like it. Some people, they say she's beautiful. She's whatchamacallit. Somebody to look up to. 3rd question, when do you have your coffee? When do you prefer your coffee?
Well, if I don't have it right in the morning, I'll get a headache.
Okay.
But I prefer, if I didn't get a headache, I would say around like 12 or 3 o'clock.
Mm-hmm. I'm a 2 o'clocker myself. Yes.
So, yeah.
12's a little early. I feel like 12, you can't get to 8 o'clock at night on a 12 o'clock coffee.
Yeah, you're probably right.
How many? Are you still doing the 4 shots of espresso?
Not every day.
Yeah.
No. Actually, to tell you the truth, I really haven't had Starbucks in a while, and I don't have it that often now. I really don't. To me, I rather have Dunkin' Donuts iced coffee. And even the people at Starbucks prefer Dunkin' Donuts iced coffee to Starbucks iced coffee.
Is that true?
It really is true. I'm telling you the truth. I would never lie about coffee.
Did you survey over 5 people with that question?
Yes, actually I did, because once I was there and we were all talking about it. And they said, guys, which one do you like? And they all said that. So, booyakasha.
Okay. All right. Well, according to nutritionists, they're saying have it at 11:30. That's when you want to do it. 60 to 90 minutes after you wake up.
Okay. All right. Some people have it so they can make duty in the morning.
Oh, that's what Kara says. Coffee stimulates bowel movement.
Well, yes, it does.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. You're also here to talk about Luigi Mangione, are you not?
Oh, is he? Luigi Man, big donation. Oh God, he can give me a big donation. By the way, I'm actually folding clothes in my daughter's room, and she hears this conversation, so I have to.
Oh my God.
She's reading now, so she's probably not even paying attention to me.
Oh my gosh. Oh no. Okay.
Are you? Hi.
All right. Well, you ready for this?
Eliana, can you say Luigi Mangione, Daddy?
You're my daddy.
Can you say Daddy Luigi?
Oh my God.
Wait, what's funny is my father-in-law passed away, but that was his first name.
Luigi Mangione?
No, Luigi.
Oh, just Luigi? Oh, okay. That is pretty funny. Anyway, the donor, the anonymous giver, gave $36,500.
Whoa.
Yes. Could you imagine donating $36,000 to his defense fund?
No, not at all. I can't even imagine that.
This is so crazy.
If I had extra money, would I donate to him? No, not at all. No. Yes,
you would be his biggest donor. He's up over $725,000 now in the defense fund. This guy allegedly murdered somebody and could be a millionaire before we hit the summer.
I mean, I don't really blame him.
It's unbelievable. This guy's going to be such a folk hero. It's unbelievable.
Right. Well, he already is. Not going to be. He is.
Yeah, that's true. You're right. But imagine where he's going to be when he beats it. His stock's going to quadruple.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right. Chase Ebbs, you know you go whenever you have to, but this last story of ours is one of those good ones where I don't read it just because of the headline, which is, and I please hope your daughter can't hear this, giving you a second to mute here.
Go ahead.
Crazy bathroom sex and leprechaun thief stories from New York City bartenders on St. Patrick's Day.
It happens.
So let's see. Cormac Blaney, who is a 30-year-old bartender, has been living in New York City for 7 years, says that on St. Patrick's Day, there are, quote, a lot of drugs. I mean, people are drinking from 8 a.m. the whole way through, but not many people can do that without any help from illicit substances. Blaney says revelers have been known to relieve themselves in front of stunned crowds. I've seen people pissing against the bar, he nonchalantly noted, before adding that he's also seen the occasional dust up. He said the wildest fight he witnessed took place between two burly brothers, each of whom stood about 6'5". They were animals, he says. There were three of us holding each of the brothers back, and they were still getting the better of us. They were just fucking machines. And then he also said people take off their wedding rings and engagement rings at the bar. That's unbelievable. But the brazen cheaters are par for the course when serving drinks. Some pervy patrons can't wait to get frisky and head into the bar's bathroom for sex in the stalls. Blaney claims one romp was so wild that the intoxicated lovemakers did serious damage to the stall's door, breaking it completely off its hinges. Pretty good.
Ow!
Yeah, I mean, could you imagine?
No, not at all.
Let me see here. Blaney works at Langan's. I don't even know where that is.
You ever been in the city on St. Patrick's Day?
On St. Patrick's Day? I don't think so. No.
Oh, such a pussy. I'm just kidding.
No. Yeah, I don't think so. I was there for the Thanksgiving parade. It was awesome.
So, I used to work right on 5th Avenue. And I was always working in the city on I didn't take off because of it and go to the parade. But when I worked downtown on Wall Street, my first time, my first year there, my friend the girl from work, she's like, oh, St. Patrick's Day is going to be nuts. And I was like, well, don't we have to work? And she's like, you'll see. And I was like, okay. So worked on Wall Street, worked for a brokerage firm, boiler room type of deal.
Nice.
And St. Patrick's Day, they're like, okay, it's 12 o'clock. It's time to go out. And I was like, what? And they're like, yeah, you have to go. And I was like, where are we going? They're like, we're going to, do you know downtown at all? Like, it's, forgetting the name. It's like all cobble streets by the Wall Street area. What the hell is the name of that area? Help me out in the comments, anyone.
Wall Street?
No.
Tribeca?
No. It's like this one certain area. It's like a strip of bars and restaurants. Nope. Not coming to me. Anyway, we spent the whole day there. And literally from 12 o'clock, I was like, they're like, here, have a beer. And I was like, oh, well, don't we have to get back to the office? This is little naive me. I think I was like 23. Yeah, I was 22. And they're like, you're not going back. And I was like, what about the work? And they're like, yeah, you're not going to be able to work. And I was like, what do you mean? So they're like, here, have some green beer. All I'll say is we stayed there for 6 hours.
Oh my God! Wait, Paul guessed the place.
Wait, hold on. Let's see. It's blanking on me. No.
Definitely the red light district.
So yeah, I remember taking the train home, and I'm like, "Oh God, please, no one talk to me. I'm gonna throw up. Don't talk to me. Don't look at me." And I was like,
When you were
"I made it though.
24?
22, I think."
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, financial people, those guys
No, I
can
had a party.
fucking party.
Yeah. Did you see?
And they're
Go ahead.
great at doing it in the middle of the day when they know it, when mostly everybody else is working.
I can't even. Yeah, I can't even. I can't even. I'm trying to remember if that was the day that one of my coworkers took his penis out and put it on the bar.
As like a form of payment.
I think no, he just did it just to do it.
Just did it.
It was
That was Billy. That's who he was. We didn't judge him for it.
right. No.
Oh
But yeah,
man.
crazy.
It's totally crazy. I had the same thing. When I worked for those brokers, they were just they finished days in the bar, you know. They were just
Right.
finishing days in the bar. And then you know what? Here's what I'm thinking now. Cuz you said like, "Oh my God, like everybody's drinking." I bet you half your office by 7 a.m. were doing coke and everything else they could snort up their nose,
Oh, absolutely.
I think about that now. I'm like the brokers I worked for, because they were family guys, good guys, but drinkers. I was like, I wonder if they were snorting stuff, because they were like the energy on these guys.
Absolutely.
I was like, I wonder if they were, and they were just totally keeping it from me.
Oh yeah.
Because one of the guys was pale Irish, but he used to get like a red nose all the time, and I was like, oh, he's like sick a lot now. Because I think about that now. This is my first job out of college, and I'm like, oh my God, he was just fucking snorting coke all day long.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I bet he was. I'll never know. I can never ask him. Hey, remember I worked for you like 25 years ago? Were you doing cocaine at the time? Do you want to openly admit that to me?
You want me to ask him? I can.
Yeah, he should. He's a good dude. He's a really good dude. You ever got people? Do you have people in your? You probably do. You make fucking friends walk into the post office, where you, if you ran into them 40 years later, you'll be like, I gotta buy you guys a drink. Like I need to buy you a drink.
Of course.
Like I owe you so much. I gotta just get you a beer.
No,
Who's
not a beer.
or whatever. Who is that in your life?
God, I don't remember now.
I 100% believe this from Paul. Some would go to the East Village. Oh, I thought it said I would go. Some would go to the East Village and score heroin and hookers and resurface on Monday. Oh, the financial guys? Oh, my God.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Janine probably has a trillion more stories than I do. I have like 3 stories.
For what?
For like how crazy the finance guys are.
Oh my God, please. I could tell you things. I can't even. The things that used to go on.
By the way, you said boiler room. One of the brokers that I used to work for, again, my first job out of college, I worked for Morgan Stanley. One of the brokers I used to work for worked.
Yeah, but that's reputable.
What do you mean?
The place that I worked at was not.
Oh yeah. Well, that's my boss. He was at Morgan Stanley, but he started at the boiler room that movie was based off of.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was like we were selling these people just shit, just ripping them off. He's like, but that's how you got a job back then,
Yep, that's true. He's right.
And by the way, back then, I think he started working in either the late 80s or the early 90s.
Yep.
So it wasn't really that long ago. And he said, and I asked him too, I go, was it, because I fucking love Boiler Room. That's an amazing movie. I go, was it really like that? He goes, dude, it was fucking crazier. And it wasn't until Wolf of Wall Street that I was like, oh, that is a little crazier.
Yeah, but there was a show on HBO or Max a couple of years ago about that, like the boiler room of the 80s and 90s.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Don Cheadle is in it.
I gotta see that.
the hell? I think we watched the first season, but we were like, man, we should have watched the second season because it was pretty good. What the hell's the name of it? I can't think tonight. I have a lot on my mind.
No. Was it called Red Light District?
No.
Okay.
What the hell is this? I have to look at it because.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look it up. I don't want to break any the fourth wall or anything, but the show
Stone Street. There you
show's
go.
over. What?
Stone Street.
Stone Street. What is that on Max?
No, that's the street that that's by Wall Street.
Oh, I thought that was the show.
No. Wait, I bet you I could find that.
You got me hooked on Cheadle. I'm like, I want to see Cheadle. Wait, what was this? Oh, Stone Street. Oh, the one with all the cobblestones? How'd you not get that one? Jesus Christ.
I know, right? I don't know. Hold on.
Yeah, more like Stone Street.
Yeah, right.
Fucking Paul. Paul keeps hitting dingers.
It's not House of Lies.
House of Cards? No.
It's called The Big Short, right? I think that's what it's called.
Oh, Don Cheadle's not in The Big Short. That's the movie about the...
No, wait. No, I'm wrong. Black Monday. That's what it's called.
Black Monday. It's a show?
Yes.
Netflix?
No.
Big Short's a good movie.
And I was totally wrong. It wasn't HBO or Max. It was Showtime. So same thing.
Jesus Christ. I can't pay for Showtime. I'm paying for the other two.
Right. Then you just download it illegally.
Yeah, but I don't have a IT husband or wife, for that matter.
That's true.
I gotta get me one of those.
Giuliani did not ruin New York. He saved New York. What does Paul know? He never lived here.
No, I think Paul lived in New York.
Isn't he from California?
I don't know where anybody's from.
If you weren't born in any of the 5 boroughs, you're not a true New Yorker. Sorry. If you came here and you lived in Manhattan, no.
We didn't respect Manhattan people, though. You know, like even the ones that were born here.
That's what I mean.
Like people that were born in Manhattan, they're the softest of the bunch, I feel like.
Paul, Jay says, have you seen White Lotus full frontal? No, I'm going to after I get off.
Everybody keeps talking. That's Schwarzenegger's kid. He shows some side dick?
No, the old man showed his penis.
Oh,
it's not his penis though. It's a prosthetic.
I thought it was the Schwarzenegger kid.
I wish.
Everybody says he's good. Does he get topless all the time? Is that what it is? I heard that he's like becoming a little sex symbol.
Yeah, he could get it.
He's young though. That's young for you.
Mm-hmm.
55 is young for you. So
55 is young for me, okay?
It's a lot.
No, that's on my list to watch.
Okay.
Damn it. I'm tired. Do you know what I had to do today, just before we leave?
Listen, as I said before, the show ended 7 minutes ago. You're just now listening to a phone call between Jay Sabs and I.
Yeah, this is a phone call.
The show is over. We've done it. We did it. And we did it.
You did it. How about this? I'm gonna give a little hint for people. How about that? A little people, it's time to book your DMV appointment for your real ID or your enhanced ID. Because today I waited 2 hours and I had an appointment. You fucking laughed too, you cocksucker.
No, Cuddles had waited too, and she's got to get one too.
Wait, say that again?
Cuddles has got to get one too, and I've been telling her for the longest time. Go get it.
I'm not kidding you. She needs to book it as soon as possible.
Oh my God.
Because all the people today, I'm not kidding you, all the people there today were waiting to do that.
Oh man. That's brutal.
And I had everything filled out. I just had to wait. That's it. because quote unquote, their systems were down. Sure, they were, just like every other time. I mean, it was.
Were you up there screaming like, "I'm gonna bring Elon in here to fire you people if you don't call my number next"?
I
You
was
just
like, "Where's Elon when you need him?"
wait until you get Elon, and then we'll see who's waiting.
Do you have it yet?
Yeah, I've had it for years. Yeah.
Stop. When did you get it?
Haven't you noticed? I feel like I'm better than everybody else. That's why. It's the license.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
Yeah, I got my enhanced ant coming through.
I can't. There's no words. This one woman, as I'm leaving, I said 2 hours. She goes, 2 hours? You didn't have an appointment? I said, I did. She goes, what? I said, yeah. Actually, it was so funny. I actually saw one of my friends there. How about that? Okay?
That is hysterical. I love it.
Of course. But yeah, and then I had to make a phone call to order these bagels for St. Patrick's Day for my kids' class. So I remembered and I went, oh, I'm going to order them. I'll order them right now. As soon as I tell the guy what I want, my number gets called. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. I was like, I told the guy, I'll call you right back.
Oh my God. So you couldn't complete the order?
No. So annoying.
So let me get this straight. You're the highlight of your day was waiting 2 hours at the DMV and ordering green bagels.
That's it.
Do you ever catch yourself in the mirror and go, how did I get this cool?
How did I get here?
How is so much happening for me all at once? I mean, I can't even contain my excitement for those two things.
That wasn't the highlight of the day. I'll tell you what the highlight of my day was.
Yeah.
Of course, I went to Zumba this morning, and I don't know what I did exactly, but I made the instructor laugh so hard that it completely messed up her dance. So I said, I guess I am that funny. And she laughed even harder. Oh.
What did you do that made her laugh?
I don't know if I made a face or just did a dance move, like, put my hands on the floor and butt cheeks in the air, one of those.
I will say, yeah, when you dance, it is very, I find myself laughing. I think you're a very funny dancer.
It's amusing.
It's not like you're not a good dancer either. I guess you're a good dancer, but it's it's a lot of facial expressions that are very, very funny. You sell the facial expressions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. So there you go.
All right. So Mercury says good night and tell Janine I'll call her back.
Oh my God, I would love to have a conversation with her on the phone.
You should do that. You should set up a call. You should just tweet the number out. Just take the first 2-3 calls. Just talk to people. Just connect. Yes. Yeah.
But I want to get paid for it, so let's do that.
Well, bordering on hooker. Jay Sabs, we need another Ring video. Do you remember when you played the Ring video?
Yes, I do.
That was a good time. That
was the one where I had to make Diddy so bad. That one.
Yes.
I was pregnant.
We got a lot of heat on Instagram and TikTok right now.
Why?
No, because we got a couple of viral videos with all the Meghan Markle stuff. Now might be the time to put that video back out again.
That video, can I just tell you, I remember showing my coworkers and they just kept dying. They couldn't stop laughing. And all they said was, Janine, why couldn't you just go here? Do you remember what happened?
No.
I had to go so bad at work, and I don't go at work. And so I went to the Starbucks near work, and the lady's like, you're not going to be able to get in there because there's a drug addict in there. And I was like, what? And I was like, and she's like, obviously I was like very pregnant. And she looked at my stomach and she's like, you're not going to be able to hold this. And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, the drug addict usually spends a few hours in there. I was like, of course. I remember I threw my hands up. I'm like, of course, my fucking luck. So I raced. I raced home. I made it home in 8 minutes.
She works a half hour away.
and, and meanwhile, I was trying to get in, and my mother locked the outside door, and I'm screaming at my father, "Open the fucking door!" Because of how bad I had to go. I had to go really bad. Okay. Oh,
Oh, just pregnant and holding it in a shit.
I was like, God, don't let me shit on the ring. Yeah.
It
But I
might
think
be.
the best is I went back to work after that because it was during lunch. It was during lunch. I remember I texted my boss and I was like, it might take me a while to come back from lunch because I had to run home. He's like, come on, Janine, you can't go here. Nope. I couldn't.
It might be time to put that video back out. We might have to put that video back out.
I'm sorry, but the best video is our friend's brother falling.
Oh my God, so good.
Do you know that this is mean. I showed my new friend at work and she was and she's like, I don't even know him and this is really funny. She's like, I want to know how many people cried laughing when they like of your friends because when you know the person, it's even funnier.
Wait, you showed it to a friend? I thought you weren't allowed to do that. I thought we're not allowed to do that.
Why not?
That was the deal. That was the deal.
No, he knows. He knows I show it to people too. He knows.
What? You mean has the ban been lifted? Because this is not right.
Oh, he knows I show it to people, and he's like, the lady I showed it to goes, "Oh my God!" But did he get hurt? Did he get hurt? Because he was a big guy, and that was a big fall. Oh, okay.
Yeah, sure. Big guy's one way to say it.
Right.
Oh my God. No, the deal we made to get the video was that we couldn't show anybody. You're breaking the rule.
Yeah, I started showing that video years ago to my old coworkers too.
Oh my God. And this has been common knowledge?
Yes.
Because if that's the case, then I'm going to put. Then I want permission. I want the rights to put it out.
I just think that video. If you know what we should do? We should sell that video to America's Most Funniest Home Videos, win $1 million, and then just split it.
Who we saying? Who is this selling to?
America's Most Funniest Home Videos. What did I say?
North America's Most Funniest Home Videos.
North America. We'll win $1 million, split it. Maybe we'll give him 5,000, and that's it.
Oh, could you imagine? We were just splitting a couple $100,000 and we give him a 5 ski. Like, here you go. Thanks for the effort.
I'm telling you right now that video would win awards, and you know that's true.
We might be able to get an Oscar out of it with the shit they've been nominating there.
I know.
Oh my God!
Who's even heard of these movies?
Nobody.
Except Frank. He watches them.
No, the one that everybody hated was on Netflix because that was the one that most people saw because it was on Netflix.
What was that?
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, on that note, did you take a gummy tonight?
No. You can't prove anything.
Could have fooled me.
No, you can't prove anything.
Okay, wish me luck in Atlantic City tomorrow. Thank you.
Oh my God, you're going to Atlantic City?
Yes.
Oh, I hate you. Comp?
What?
Big big baller style, Rain Man suite.
We should never tell lies. I don't know. We should never reveal our secrets. That's from Batman or something. I don't know.
Where are you staying? Can you tell us?
Borgata.
Baller.
Actually, I'll tell you right now, for a Saturday night, it was extremely cheap.
Really?
Yes.
Saturday night. You're saying Saturday night's cheap for AC? $325?
Cheaper.
Cheaper than $325. $275.
Cheaper.
Yeah, I'm not gonna believe on at Borgata.
$175. $180. I'm sorry.
Get the fuck out of here!
Swear to God.
I don't believe you. I want a screenshot.
Okay, hold on.
There's
Let's
no
see if I still-
fucking way, because that you're talking. The hotel Janine is talking about is on a Saturday night, all year long, $400 minimum a night.
Yep.
There's no way it's 175.
Hold on 1 minute.
That's insane. That same hotel room on a Tuesday, by the way, is $75 because nobody fucking going to Atlantic City on a Tuesday. But on the weekend, you can't stay. The Borgata was crazy expensive.
You know what? I'll tell you the truth. I think why it's so cheap. I think because March is their least busy month, and they were trying, I guess, to get promo or something. I asked my friend, and she got the same. She got the same price, which is weird.
Damn.
That's cheap.
They must be hurting, though. I mean, that's not good.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Right?
Yeah, they have got to be hurting.
They'll
Hey.
be the next casino to close. Good.
No, what are you bringing? What kind of roll are you going in there with? 1,000, 500?
Maybe 400 or 500.
Baller?
Well, y'all can't be lucky like me.
Baller.
If I don't win, I'm going to come back a very unhappy person. So.
Okay. I hope you do win. I hope
I will
you send a picture. Send a picture that we could put out. You and just fucking stacks of chips.
I'm glad you said that you could put out because you know me and my pictures. So.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Baller JSabs coming to the social media network near you.
Peace
Thank
out,
you.
bitches.
Thank you very much, JSabs. There she goes with a peace out, bitches. I hope you enjoyed the bonus 15 minutes of the show there. It was turned into a fucking phone call. And more than anything, I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. Don't forget to grab the novel of the century, Oval, written by our own Aaron C. We got the game on Wednesday. We'll be back with Aaron C. in game time next week, which will be awesome. So great to see JSabs on this episode. I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. And I hope you guys come back. Don't get lost. Don't make it a Wall Street party weekend. You know what I'm saying?
Show me potato salad.
See you Monday. Maybe we should go now. Gov't.